Hi, welcome to 2D Geometry for Grade 8. Okay, so today we are going to deal with angles and triangles. Okay, so triangles will be one of the 2D shapes that we're going to deal with. All right, now let us identify different types of angles. Okay, so we have a straight line here. Okay, so if we take this point as A, then there's B here, then there's C, and we take an angle from point A to point C. The angle between these 2 points is equal to 180 degrees. And what is the reason for that? Angles on a straight line. Okay, angles on a straight line. Okay, others use the word supplementary angles. Okay, okay, this is a P. So others use the word supplementary angles. So supplementary angles are angles on a straight line or angles that add up to 180 degrees. Okay, then we also have what we call a right angle. Okay, we also have something like this at 90 degrees, and we call this a right angle. Right angle, and others, the angles that add up to 90 degrees, they call them complementary angles. Okay, complementary angles. All right, now there is another angle, which is angle around a point that you must know. So if you are to measure angles around a specific point, from this point back to the same point, that angle will give you 360 degrees. Okay, yes, it will give you 360 degrees. And we call this one a revolutionary angle. All right. So now there are other types of angles that you must know about. For example, let me increase space here. Okay. Now, for examples, angles less than 90 degrees. This one, it's angles. I'll symbolize the angles with the symbol X. Angles less than 90 degrees. We call them acute angles. Okay. Then angles that are greater than 90 degrees but less than 180. The shape is something like this. Okay. We call this one what we call an obtuse angle. Then we have so an acute angle. You measure it from here to that point, from this point to that point. Then we have angles that are greater than 180 degrees. Okay, like greater than 180 but less than 360. So we call these ones reflex angles. Okay, this one are called reflex reflex angles. Okay, now uh, these are the types of angles that you must know. So these ones they are less than 90 degrees. An obtuse angle, it is an angle that is greater than 90 degrees. So we have 90 here. So x must be greater than 90 in an obtuse angle, but less than 180 degrees. Okay, this one x is greater than 180 degrees. Then we call them reflex angles. Okay, I hope this one makes sense. Now, since you know the types of angles, I want us now to learn about a 2D polygon. Okay, not the polygon, but a 2D shape. So the first shape that we're going to learn about is a triangle. Okay, the word tri, uh, okay, so the word tri means three. Tri means three. Okay, so when you say triangle, you are speaking of a shape that has three angles because tri means three. So when I draw a triangle, you must expect to see three angles. Okay, now let's draw a triangle and see. Okay, now this is the first triangle that we have. Okay, now triangles have names based on their characteristics. For example, this triangle, it has three angles which are equal. So when the angles are equal, you show them by these arcs that I've drawn. Then when the sides are equal, you show them by strokes. Okay, so this is a triangle with three equal angles and three equal sides, and we call it an equilateral triangle. Okay, we call it an equilateral. equilateral triangle. Okay, so remember it has three equal sides, three equal angles, and specifically these triangles, all the angles inside. Okay, uh, this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay, now I want to show that angle A is equals to angle B, which is equals to angle C. Okay, so we show it by this way. This cap at the top of A shows that this is an angle. We're talking about an angle. Okay, angle A is equals to angle B, which is equals to angle C, and which is equals to 60 degree Celsius. Okay, 60 degrees, I mean not Celsius. Celsius is temperature. Okay, now the statement that I've written here means that angle C is equals to 60 degrees, angle B is equals to 60 degrees, angle A is equals to 60 degrees. That is the characteristics of an equilateral triangle. How did we know that each angle is equals to 60 degrees? We said 180 divided by 3 equal parts. Then it gave us 60. So for us to get this value, we said 180, which is the sum of angles in a triangle. They add up to 180 degrees. Okay. Then since these angles, all of them are equal, we divided them into 3 equal parts. Then it gave me 60 degrees. Okay. Now let's learn about another type of a triangle. Another type of a triangle that we're going to talk about is an isosceles triangle. Okay, now let me try to draw an isosceles. Okay, let me restart. Okay, now if you can look at this triangle, you can clearly see that this side is equals to this side, but this side is not equal to the other two sides. So you show it by two stroke. One stroke and one stroke shows that so when you see this single stroke and also see this single stroke, it clearly shows you that the two sides are equal because they are symbolized by the same thing. But this is not the same as those two because it is two strokes, shows that it's of a different length. Okay, now again about an isosceles triangle, the base angles are the same. So this angle is equal to that angle. So what do we have here? How many sides that are equal? 1, 2. So isosceles triangle, we see it by two equal sides and how many angles that are equal? 1, 2. And 2 equal angles. Okay, so 2 equal sides, 2 equal angles. Then we'll call the triangle an isosceles triangle. This is the spelling. ISO, this is O, then SCELES, isosceles triangle. This is the kind of triangle we have right now. But now we have another type of triangle where nothing is similar to anything. Okay, uh, let's take something like this. Okay, okay. Now this is another form of a triangle. You can clearly see that all the sides are not equal. You can clearly see that. Okay, so now we have this side, we have this side, we also have this side. So each and every side has a different length. You can see that the other one has a one stroke, the other one has two strokes, the other one has what? Three strokes. Okay, and we call this a triangle, what do you call a scalene triangle. This is a scalene triangle. It has no equal sides, no equal angles. Okay, now let us try some calculation a little bit. Okay, now let's say we have a triangle like this. Okay, like that. All right. Now, this triangle is triangle ABC. This is triangle A, B, and C. Okay. Now, out of triangle A, B, and C, you are given the following. They tell you that this is equals to 43 degrees, this is equals to x, and this is equals to x plus 2. Okay, now we are asked to find the value of x. Okay, so the question says calculate the value of x. So your question will say calculate the value of x. Okay, now what do you do when they say calculate the value of x? First things first, you apply the theorem of sum of interior angles of a triangle. What is the theorem says? It says that sum of angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equals to 180 degrees. That's what you must write as a first statement. Okay, this is angle C. So if you add all those, they must give you 180 degrees. Okay, now the next step is to substitute. Now looking at the diagram, what is the value of A? The value of A is 43. Okay, then where there's A, you must write what? 43 degrees. Okay, now what is the value of B? Must write it down. So where there is B, you write the value of B, which is X. And what is the value of C? It's written there. With the C, you write the value of C, which is X plus 2. Okay? Now all these things must add up to 180 degrees, which is equals to 180 degrees. Now what you do, you must group the like terms. X and X are the same. So on this statement, how many X's do we have? We have one, two. We have two X's. So you write it down that we have 2 times what? X. Okay. Now 43 plus 2 is equals to 45. Okay. Which is equals to what? 180 degrees. Which is equals to 180 degrees. Now what you need to do is to subtract 45 from both sides because we want to eliminate, our aim is to eliminate this 45 from this side. Okay, now that is the goal at hand. So what do we do? You say now we have 2x, we need a bigger space, hence I'm coming here. We need 2x, then you add plus 45. This is just exactly what I see there above the red line. Okay, now since we have 45, we minus 45. Now the rule of mathematics is whatever you do on the left hand side, you must also do it on the right hand side. I hope this one makes sense. Whatever you do on the left hand side, you must also do on the right hand side. So on the left hand side, I decided to subtract 45. On the right hand side, I must also subtract 45. Okay. Now 45 minus 45, the two will cancel, will be left with 2x. Okay, which is equals to here will be left with 1, 3, 5 degrees. Okay, now we have to find the value of x, not the value of 2x. So the value of x, you divide by 2, divide by 2. These 2 must cancel the 2, then we have x as what remains. So 135 divided by 2. So 130 divided by 2 is 65 and 65. So I guess the value of x will be 67.5 degrees. That is the value of what? X. And problem is answered. Remember your problem said what? Find the value of x. Okay. Now this is our lovely session. Just to intrigue your mind, try to solve the following question. Okay. Okay. Now let's say this one is x. Let's say this one is 35. Let's say this one is x plus 2. So we have A, we have B, we have C. So this is your own content. Do it. So this is an extra question, okay? Do it during your spare time and exercise your brain, okay? So enjoy, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe so that we can see more of these videos. Okay, cheers.